Most people think love is something you feel, something you say, something you prove in big moments. But that's not what makes someone feel loved every day. Because in a relationship, love isn't built in intensity. It's built in repetition. The small things, the daily actions, the behaviors that seem simple, but create deep emotional impact over time. And here's the truth most people miss. Your partner doesn't need you to love them more. They need to feel it more consistently. Psychology calls this emotional reinforcement, the repeated signals that make someone feel secure, valued, and connected. Without it, something subtle happens. Love may still exist, but it becomes less visible, less felt, and over time, that creates distance. Not because the relationship is broken, but because the feeling of being loved isn't being activated daily. So, in this video, we're breaking down 7 simple things you can do every day that will make your partner feel your love clearly, consistently, and deeply. And once you start doing them, you won't need to convince your partner of anything. They'll know. You don't need hours to make someone feel loved. You need presence, real presence, because one of the strongest emotional signals in a relationship is attention, not divided attention, not distracted listening, undivided, even if it's just for a few minutes. Because when your partner speaks, especially about something meaningful, they're not just sharing information, they're offering connection. And your response defines how safe that connection feels. Psychology refers to this as emotional attunement, your ability to align with someone's emotional state in real time. And when it's present, something powerful happens. Your partner feels seen, heard, valued. But when it's missing, even small moments feel empty. You might still be there physically, but emotionally, absent. And your partner feels that immediately. So what does this look like in practice? Put your phone away. Make eye contact. Listen without interrupting, even for 5 minutes. Because to your partner, it's not about the duration, it's about the quality of your presence. And when that becomes a daily habit, it builds something most people struggle to maintain: consistent emotional connection. Most people wait for something big to show appreciation, a special moment, a big effort, something worth mentioning. But the strongest relationships don't work like that. They're built on noticing the small things consistently. Psychology calls this micro-validation, the act of recognizing everyday efforts that usually go unnoticed. Because your partner is constantly doing things, showing up, helping, trying in subtle ways. And when those things aren't acknowledged, something shifts. Not immediately, but over time, they start to feel invisible, not unloved, but unrecognized. And that changes behavior. They put in less effort, less energy, less intention. Not because they don't care, but because it no longer feels seen. So what does this daily act of love look like? It's simple. Hey, I noticed that. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Not occasionally, daily. Because appreciation isn't just about kindness, it's reinforcement. It tells your partner, what you do matters to me. And when someone feels that consistently, they don't just stay, they invest more. Most conversations in relationships stay on the surface. How was your day? What did you do? What happened? And while those questions matter, they don't always create connection. Because connection doesn't come from information. It comes from emotion. Psychology refers to this as emotional inquiry, the ability to explore how someone feels, not just what they experienced. And this is something most people rarely do consistently, because it requires attention, presence, and a willingness to go deeper. But when you do it, it changes everything. Instead of asking, how was your day? Ask, how are you feeling today? What's been on your mind? Is there anything stressing you lately? And then listen. Because when your partner feels understood emotionally, something powerful happens. They feel closer to you, more open, more connected. And over time, this builds emotional intimacy, the foundation of every strong relationship. So if you want your partner to truly feel loved, don't just stay in daily routines. Go deeper, even briefly, because sometimes one genuine emotional check-in creates more connection than hours of surface conversation. At the beginning of a relationship, physical affection is natural, effortless, frequent, unplanned. A touch, a hug, a kiss for no reason. But over time, many people stop initiating it as often, not because they don't feel it, but because they stop expressing it. And this creates a subtle emotional gap. Psychology links this to nonverbal bonding, the role of physical touch in maintaining emotional connection, because touch communicates something words can't fully replace: warmth, closeness, desire, presence. And when it's consistent, it creates a sense of security. But when it becomes rare or conditional, something changes. The relationship starts to feel more distant, more routine, less emotionally alive. So what does this daily act of love look like? It's simple. A hug when you see them, a touch when you pass by, a kiss that isn't tied to a moment. No reason, no timing, no expectation, just connection. Because to your partner, these moments are not small. They are signals. I'm here. I want you. I'm connected to you. And when that becomes part of your daily behavior, it reinforces love in the most direct way possible. Love is not always expressed in big emotional moments. Sometimes it's practical, supportive, quiet, almost invisible. Doing something that makes your partner's day easier. Psychology calls this supportive behavior reinforcement. Small acts that reduce stress and increase emotional comfort. And these actions carry more weight than people realize, because they show attention, they show care, they show that you're thinking about your partner, even when they're not asking. It could be anything: helping with something they didn't expect, taking care of a task, making something simpler for them. Not because you have to, but because you choose to. And here's what makes this powerful. It's not about the action itself. It's about what it communicates. I'm on your side. I care about your well-being. I want your life to feel lighter. And over time, these small actions build something strong: partnership. Not just love, but teamwork. So if you want your partner to feel deeply supported, don't wait for big moments. Look for small opportunities, because love is often felt the most in the things that make life just a little easier. There's something your partner needs to feel, that they will rarely ask for directly. To feel chosen? Not once. Not only in the beginning, but continuously. Because at the start of a relationship, choice is obvious. You show interest. You make effort. You express desire. But over time, that expression fades into assumption. You feel it, but you stop showing it. And that's where something subtle changes. Psychology calls this relational reassurance, the need to feel intentionally selected, not just passively kept. Because your partner doesn't just want to be with you. They want to feel like you still want to be with them. So what does this look like daily? It's simple. Saying something meaningful without a special reason, showing appreciation unexpectedly, making it clear, through words or actions, I still choose you, even on normal days. Even without a moment prompting it. Because those are the moments that matter most. Not the big declarations, but the quiet confirmations. And when that becomes consistent, your partner stops questioning their place in your life. They feel secure, valued, emotionally grounded. And that's where real connection grows. So now you see it clearly. Not complicated strategies. Not grand gestures. Just simple actions. Done consistently. Attention, appreciation, emotional connection, affection, support, presence, choice. And here's what makes this powerful. None of these require more love. They require more consistency. Because relationships don't weaken from lack of feeling, they weaken from lack of reinforcement, from the small things that slowly stop happening. So if you want your partner to feel loved, don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Every day, in simple ways. Because in the end, love isn't something you prove once. It's something you show, again and again, until it becomes undeniable. Which of these do you already do? And which one do you know you need to improve? Be honest. Comment below. I read everything. And if you want to learn how to build a stronger, deeper relationship through simple daily actions, subscribe now. Because here, we don't just talk about love. We show you how to make it felt.